Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to Wildwood Prison. Yes, welcome. Ah, yes. All right. So, there's been an update to Prison Architect. That's nice. Let me show you some stuffs that we got. First, let's go to reports. Let's go to intake. Intake. Remember me saying, obviously they heard me, that, it would be nice if I could just say, hey, I want to keep my prisoners at a certain number, blah, blah, blah. They did even better, okay? They changed the intake. You have the normal stuff up here, and then you have these options here. We can fill to capacity, which is 371. Now, my question about this, which I don't know about, is that just a number, or is it going to fill based on our available types of security levels, capacity? I don't know. The other is total prisoners. Total number of prisoners you want in your prison. This, you could just set. Okay, it's set to 312 right now. Boom. So what this means is that when you have someone go on a parole or they escape, you know, good for them, or they die some other way or something, there's a fight or something, there will be new prisoners ordered to replace, or intake, they'll be scheduled for intake, to replace the ones that you lost, which is really interesting. That means you won't really have much of attrition through parole or anything like that, which is quite nice. Then there's a number per day, so you can just say, I want to get this many per day. I'm not sure why you would do that unless you're kind of like, it was like a challenge, like, okay, we're going to take in, you know, whatever, 20 prisoners a day or 10 prisoners a day, and we got to keep up with that. That would be interesting. And the other is just all of them that are available, which depends on how many are available. So that is really cool. Until I find out about if it honors the actual security levels in the max capacity, I'm gonna wait. And also, the interesting thing about this is that if you have it on fill capacity, I don't know if when you assign cells, if it immediately... Yeah, it probably will immediately order those prisoners. I don't want to say order, they're not merchandise. Anyway, it'll immediately schedule an intake of those, which is probably not a thing that you want to do automatically. So it may be something that you do almost as a trigger, right? So like, okay, we want to do that, and then let it run once and then come back to it or something. I don't know, it depends. All right, so what is the other thing? Oh, the other thing is really interesting. It is dormitories. And what dormitories are, for the most part, they are cells, which actually have a minimum size of 2 by 3. Oh, and I'm actually running a mod on room size. I'll tell you about that in a second. They're a minimum size of 2 by 3, and you can have more than one prisoner assigned to them. Unlike holding cells, which are temporary. Okay, dormitories are actual real cells, and you can put pretty much as many beds or bunk beds, which is a new object that we have specifically to go along with this. You can do them as much as you want. For example, we could make this entire thing a dormitory and just put bunk bed, blah, 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 and we could put, you know, like a whole row of toilets and stuff like that. And you could do that. Now, are there downsides to that? Well, I'm sure there are. I mean, obviously you have prisoners which have that same thing that we always talk about, where they're bumping into each other, and they always have a chance of getting pissed off at each other, etc. And you have the thing where if you do have a security problem, you can't secure the prisoners individually. You can only like secure that area. But it would be interesting, and I would like to actually prototype some stuff out, maybe at some point, about instead of doing cell, maybe doing like 2 or 4 to a cell, right? That you could do a little bit bigger, and you might be able to fit more people into the same square footage, which is cool. Also, one of the things that they changed, which makes perfect sense, and I don't know if it actually happens on normal cells or not. Let's see. This is actually room size at least 6 squares. If you actually do a dormitory, for example, let me see if I can actually throw one down as an example. Actually, I don't have anywhere to do this right now, but as an explanation, what it does is, instead of it having just a full like square footage, it actually says how many square feet you have per prisoner assigned, and that impacts the quality rating of the cell, which makes a lot more sense. So, you know, if you have an area like this and you have, you know, 1 bunk bed, then each inmate, which has half the freaking dormitory, right? It's going to have ridiculous amounts of square footage, and obviously there's a max there, but that's a lot of freaking room. But if you put a massive amount in there, they might have 3 or 2 or 4 square feet, or meters, whatever you want to call them, depending on where you are. And yeah, so that's really cool. I'm trying to think of anything else. One thing that I did notice, which is not in here, is in the video released by Introversion, right here, and I'm sure other people saw it, in his version that he was running, there was another thing called something like a high, it was like a high-end cell, like almost like a what you would build for MaxSec, and it's not an object, it's an actual zoning room. So I'm not sure what that does, how that works, but it's obviously something that's coming, and I don't know if he actually missed that or if they let it go through the editing process on purpose just so people would see it and go, ooh, ah. But I'm trying to think. I think that's really about it, other than just some bug fixes. I think those 2 things were the main thing, and they had to like redo a bunch of stuff with cells because the whole 1 person per cell was kind of hard coded, and so they had to kind of rip that out and redo some things with it. And there were a few other things, but they weren't big at all. That's why I'm not remembering them. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, so yeah, what I've done, because I told you I would do a lot of it off camera, is I went through in here. I did all this by hand, the planning, because I had to go up here and verify this and blah blah blah, and I put in all the walls enough to where I think that they're not going to block movement of the workers too bad. And so yeah, so we can start populating some of these cells with, not populating, but filling some of these cells with their needed items. I also did this just because, well, they were walking across the yard here, so I put these in here so they wouldn't go so slow, and then I kind of got, it was bugging me, so yeah. Anyway, so, and we're auto-saving. By the way, this game auto-saves even when you're paused. I did notice that because I spent a lot of time paused. Another thing that I did is I went through and I pretty much, other than these areas right here, I removed all of the lights, and I put all the lights in the places that you would expect them to be. See, like in the cells, before I even put the walls down. So that should make like Shadow Walker really happy, because she's always complaining to me about, or notifying me about lights I've missed. Oh, speaking of lights I've missed, ooh, that is something right there. Bump, bump. And so, as I said, I wasn't sure if if you guys wanted to actually watch me do all that stuff, because it did take a while. It was kind of monotonous, so there is that. Also, one of the things that we really need to do, but I wanted to do this on camera, is we need to do a shakedown. So we're going to do that now. We are in work time. I hit the shakedown without even looking at the time. But it looks like we're okay. Man, I wish there was a way to say, hey, we don't really want to search storage. Make things so much easier. Okay, so they're putting these in here, which is nice. We're still okay on power. Groovy. So I'm thinking that, and we're down to I would say a modest amount of money now, mainly because, you know, these walls cost a good chunk of cash. But, you know, we got to get them in there eventually. I'm thinking about actually taking, is it finance? No, programs. I don't know, grants. I don't know why bank loans are not on the finance tab. Just seems odd. I mean, I understand how they would be related to grants if there wasn't a finance tab, but there is a finance tab, so yeah. Oh, and I was talking about the mod. I'm running 2 newer mods. One I actually installed and forgot to turn on, which is the thing which actually makes the, where is it? It makes the need bubbles a little bit more, has little icons and stuff on them. Which is kind of cool. I spent a lot of time zoomed out, so they're not as, I kind of wish they were like, just made them a little bit bigger. That would be cool. But yeah, for now there's that. And then also, oh, I'm running a mod which is updated for this 1v1 or 1.1 version, which pretty much removes, let's pause this, removes all of the room size requirements. Yay, because they're dumb. All right, with the exception of the dormitory, because of how the code handles dormitories, they said. Which makes sense. 2x3 is like, if you're going to build a dormitory, you're going to put at least a bunk bed in there, and so, you know, there's a, I guess you could put a bunk bed in a normal cell like this, but that would be kind of hectic. Although, actually, that would make kind of sense. No, 2x3, right? Yeah, these are 2x3. So yeah, you could still do that, no problem. Like, for instance, right now, if we wanted to increase our, that's actually a good idea. If we wanted to increase our stuff, we could change like a bunch of these over to dormitories and replace these beds with bunk beds. There's only one shower and one toilet, but that's probably enough. So anyway, okay, let's do this. Boom. What do you want, Mayor? A disaster at nearby prison has rendered a whole section of the facility unusable. We have no choice, but you know what? You are so annoying. Yes, thank you. Okay, we're doing a thing here. I don't know. I don't think that there's any way for... Are we going to get money off the intake? That would be cool. I'm thinking we're not, though. Prisoners due for release. 120 prisoners up for parole. Incoming prisoners in 23 minutes. Well, that's a... Sheesh. I guess they're going to go into holding cell. How many are we getting? Did it say? We don't even know how many. Did he tell us? I don't think he did. All right, so the problem is here, I think that we need to actually get our basic needs going here before we can do anything else, which are going to cost a chunk of cash, right? We'll let that go. Like our cooker, how much are these? 500 a piece. Yeah, so, and the fridges, I think, are 500 a piece. Fridge. Boop, boop, fridge. 500 a piece. Yeah. And the pews and stuff we can get in there. And the benches. We can do the benches. Benches, benches, benches. What are these? 5 across. Those are actually expensive. We could do one side on these and then make people walk it. They needed to. We actually have some benches here. Bench. 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 We're not going to put a bench there yet for obvious reasons. Do we have any weight benches? These are $100 a piece. Wow. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. $1,000. Yay. Okay, we'll let those get installed. We're gonna end up doing this pretty slow because that's, or we could take out a loan. There is that. Toilets. And I probably should have put, just hit me, I probably should have put the plumbing in before all the walls. Hey, we just got some cash. Why did we get cash? Is that, did we get cash from, okay, you guys are being moved places. Did we have room? I guess we had room. Have we found any actual... I'm not seeing. Any tunnels? Any tunnels? Is there any tunnels? No. But like, for instance, I was thinking when they're talking about it, like, you can have other stuff inside the dormitory, right? So I think that we could actually probably make like this entire area like dormitories. And just like, that would be kind of interesting. Like have like some little divider walls, right? And then, yeah. But actually this is not really meant as a dormitory. This is meant as a Hilton. So there's that. So these are in. Yeah, I think that what we're going to have to do... Hey, we just got some more cash. I think we're actually going to have to... Oh, wow, we need to run water. Like, major run water. All right. Well, that is a thing, isn't it? This is somewhat of an issue. Well, this is going to cost a fortune, so we might as well just get this out of the way. I guess we can go down to here. No, actually, we're going to have to go all the way down. And then we can probably drop in here. There we go. So we'll let them install all of that. That shouldn't take long at all, said no one. All right. And actually, we can probably go in here and we're going to need to do this here anyway. So we'll do this. We don't want to go through any cells, right? So we could go like out here. And actually we probably need to go across like this. Come up. Come here. Oops. There and there. And then we just come all the way down here. Bump. And we do the same thing here. Yes, this is all the stuff I talked about needing to do off camera. Haha. I fool you. And yeah, I guess it's easier to keep it paused while we do this. I think that's why I end up pausing it a lot, is because it's it runs so much better when it's paused. All right, this here, there we go. It's amazing. I can record like Fallout 4, for example, and like have no slowdowns. But this game, I think, just because it's such a heavy simulation, it's hectic. I don't think we need to go all the way across, although we are gonna need to go down here at some point. I'm not sure exactly the best way to do that. I guess we could go down here and then come up. Actually, we'll need to come up here at some point. All right, so we'll get all that installed. That should be fun. You guys can do all that. We've got more of this going on, etc. 260, 52 out of 54. All right, let's kill this. Thank you. No. I'm telling you, the UI sometimes it doesn't respond. Why are all of these are connected? This because people's not at their freaking job. What is wrong with you people? We have 165 guards. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we have 170 guards. Yay for us. Let's look real quick. Logistics. Actually, this is intelligence. Informants. Potential. Yes. This is character, right? That was experience? Yes. Recruit. Boom. Wonderful. Wait, you're a snitch? Oh. Did you just throw up in your cell? Why are you in there? Oh, drugs. That's why. All right. Yes, but anyway, the ability to have a dormitory is actually quite interesting, right? Because it makes a lot of things more, like for instance, protected custody here. Having this as a dormitory might make a lot more sense. And would open up some space here. Like when we were designing this, if we had dormitories available, that would have been really awesome. So we'll just have to see. See, like all these, what is wrong? There's got to be a way to be like, you know what? I need a mod. I need a mod that says, hey, any console that has something connected to it is automatically a high priority. Really? We having issues here? What's the deal here? Search cell. Search cell. Search cell. Actually, we'll go 4 over. You know what I'd love? I'd love to have like a search cell, like just drag. Search cell. Search cell. And we'll do these 3. Bloop, bloop. There we go. All right, let's try this. Toilet. We just searched, but the fact that we had that other issue and that escape really implies to me that, you know, why does he need food? Did he not get to eat? It's like 3 AM. He's like, I'm sleeping. Screw this. Actually, I wonder if it simulates. Why do I keep doing that? If it simulates, like he has major drug issues. I wonder if, for instance, if it causes his hygiene to go in the red faster, because maybe it says, okay, they're going to have 6 sweats and things like that, which is going to impact their hygiene. That would be interesting. All right, so we're getting this stuff in here. Now, we can't buy fridges here yet, for I would assume obvious reasons. But mainly if you're new to Prison Architect, welcome, first of all. And second, it's not like, oh, it has to be in an actual kitchen that's being used. No, it's like, oh, it's a fridge. We should stock it now. So there's that. Actually, I can go ahead. I've got some extra toilets here as well. Put these in here. Why not? Boom. All right, so we're gonna get the rest of this in. Do we get all that in over there? I think so. Awesome. And we are not yet done. with our pipes. Not done playing with our pipes. We're gonna go. Now the question is, do we go over, or is it easier to just go down? So let's see here. If you're here, is it easier to go here or like this? Actually, I think it's the same amount. So yeah, it actually makes just as much sense to do something like this. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Now here, I forget where the toilets are in these things. No, not that. I'm looking at the wrong one. This is what I'm talking about. Am I? Is that what I'm talking about? Yeah, no, okay. They're actually on the other side. Right, okay. We'll go over here. Boom. Thank you. We definitely are going to have the issue here. Get that done. We're going to have the issue here. We're going to do that for now. Boom. We'll do that. And then here. There we go. Just so we could let them work. And then here, I think we're going to have the same issue going all the way down. Boom. Which means we probably didn't need to run this entire thing all the way down. So that was kind of a waste. But just to make sure that we don't like have a major issue with water pressure, we can do something like this. Boom. There we go. There. And then here, all the way down. Boom. And here, all the way down. And then, boop. Wonderful. And then here, let's do this. And what are we doing on cash? We're doing okay. All right. This all the way down. There. This one all the way down. Put it up there. And then this one. And we'll hook it up here. And here. Bump. Yay. All right. We'll get those things taken care of. This is why I don't put in all the walls, because they'd have to be going all the way around and stuff like that. And we left these doors open. That helps them get them if they're in faster, which is nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. This is probably a day or two late because I'm recording this now, but I'm recording this on Saturday, and this thing in Paris just, man. Whew, bad news. All right. So I've got this running, and get this stuff out here. Great. Okay, cool. So, how are we doing on cash? 13 grand. By the way, we need to check to see, do we have any, do we not actually have anyone staying in? Really? What? Okay, this is exceptionally worse than it was before. Like, there's something wrong here. Like, I haven't changed anything with any of this stuff, and this stuff just continues to be a problem. I think one of the things that they changed maybe is that this flashing happens when they're not active. So even if they're hooked up and they're manned, if they're not actually being looked at, it's flashing. What in the world? Why? Freaking guards. Okay. It's annoying. All right. So we're at 13,000. We're at 340 of 3. I guess we actually had room, so that works. Now I just need to get some actual stuff in here. I need to make sure that basic services are running. Oh, and we actually didn't get these in here, did we? Probably important. Cha-ching and cha-ching. Wonderful. And we're still putting these in. Great. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to put a cut here. And when we come back, we are going to fill out the rest of this stuff, at least one side of services. So the yard and We'll do a chapel over here and some stuff, and we're gonna have to start getting like our kitchen up and working and stuff like that. We may even leave the shop out, although this stuff is not that expensive at all, but we may leave the infirmary out for the moment. And then when we do an intake, we can do all that stuff. But yeah, we may get as many of these cells actually up and working as possible, which I believe is important to do. So yeah, oh, and we actually probably need to get laundry working. Yay, laundry. So yeah, but that's going to cost us, well, actually, how many cookers? Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4 grand right there. And then this is another 4 grand. That's 8 grand. And then this is another grand. That's 9 grand just off that. So there's that. But we may not need all those cookers. We could probably do like half of them. And then just do one side, which is kind of what we did there. And then we can do an intake, and then we can just finish the other side. So that'll probably work. All right, cool. I'm going to put a cut here, and I will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.
We're going for the moon.
Hey there, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. If you'd like to see more, just click subscribe. Come say hi to me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, any of those. I hope to see you next time.